the summer I had gotten back from Lourdes, I went to a Marian conference with my parents in San Antonio. I heard Father Benedict Groeschel speak, and I ended up seeing a advertisement for a religious order of priests there called the Legionaries of Christ. And with all these young men wearing cassocks, and I was attracted to it. So I wrote my name down. And this is now before this retreat, but after I had said I was thinking about being a priest in Lourdes in the summer. And so they had contacted me, and then I had asked about when do y'all retire, as I mentioned. But it wasn't, but it was after that moment of surrender in the retreat where to me it was like, I'm going to call the Legionaries. I'm going to explore that. And that's what I did.
So the Legionaries were the first thing, not diocesan priesthood.
Yeah, so like that's really what had fallen in my lap was the Legionaries. So when I thought of to be a priest, that's what was like the next order of business was to visit the Legion. And so even though when I went to visit the Legion, I remember going to confession there and I mentioned my girlfriend because on that awakening retreat, I met all these great Catholic people and of course a great Catholic girl, and we were dating, but I was also thinking about being a priest.
Oh wow, that's tough.
Mm-hmm. And I was kind of oblivious to it. It was so embarrassing. I even went to like a party with her family and I ended up saying that I was thinking about being a priest. It's just
so you're dating a girl and thinking about being a priest.
Yeah. So it was at that retreat that I kind of realized that I needed to, focus just on the priesthood and not be dating. And so,
what did she say when you mentioned that you were thinking about becoming a priest?
She was actually real supportive. Praise the Lord, and ended up kind of, she knew it was just.
If this is God's will.
Yeah, she knew it was the time that was for me and things like that. So just certain experiences that I knew. But you asked about what was the thing that made me want to apply. So I was still dating this girl, and then I was studying for finals, the statistics test at UT, at the Catholic Center. It was before we moved out of they had to move out of the one that they're in now to St. Austin's, and as they renovated the current one. And I remember it was an amazing night. I was studying, but I could not study because I was so focused on God. I kept visiting the tabernacle, like, God, you're here. This is so awesome. And it was a statistics test in business, and I'm like, I don't not care about this stuff.
Wow.
And here I am, and I'm trying to study, but I'm going to the tabernacle saying, God is here. And then all of a sudden it starts snowing on December 8th. It's like, I think it was Immaculate Conception or Our Lady of Guadalupe. And I ended up staying up all night studying. I called the school. I was like, y'all got to cancel classes. Because it's
snowing.
Because it's snowing. But I ended up taking this test in statistics and just doing horrible on it. And later I'll find out I get a D, but I thought I failed it. I got an F. And so I go back to the Catholic Center and I sit in front of the tabernacle again. And all of a sudden I'm sitting there and I put my arms up on the chairs, on the pews. I'm like, Lord, what am I supposed to do? And then this girl comes out of nowhere and she's crying, and she sits 2 seats next to me. And she starts opening up and I'd never seen her before, and she starts opening up to me about how homesick she is.
Oh.
And, she lives in Kinsolving in the dorm. And I was I felt like I was hearing her confession.
Oh.
So at that moment, I was like, that's the sign. And I said, to be a priest.
This is what you want to do.
Leave now. Because I had just failed this statistics class test.
Because you didn't care about it.
Yeah, I didn't care about it. And then all of a sudden I'm ministering to this person that God put there, and I kind of felt, and I was I felt like a priest. I remember thinking that. And so I knew that was a sign to go.